This is a Multipara patient monitor. The model name is RENO 12A Premium. This is a 12.1 inches display screen. This is the power button, the silent button, the 180-second silent button, the phase button, the Nibp start and stop button, the printer button, the mail button, and the cursor. On the back side, this is for the LAN connection. This is the power cable connector. This is the fuse. This is for earthing. These are the optional features. This is the Nelcore SPO2 connection port. This is the Nibp hosepipe connector point, the temperature 2 probe connector point, the temperature 1 probe connector point, the SPO2 probe connector point, and the Ecg connector point. This is the ETCO2 module connecting portion. We slide and push to attach the module. And to open, we press this button and slide it out gently. This is the power cable. This side goes into the machine. This clip helps secure the cable. This is the SPO2 probe, and it has two parts. First is the extension part. This is connected to the probe, and the other end is connected to the machine. This is the second part. It is a probe. This part is connected to the extension, and this to the patient's finger. This is how we connect and lock the two parts. This goes into the machine. This is the Ecg probe. This end goes into the machine, and these 5 points are connected to the patient. We fix the cable here. This is the Nibp hosepipe. It has two connectors. This connects to the machine and the other to the BP cuff. This is an adult BP cuff. We connect it to the hosepipe as shown. This Nibp connector is connected to the machine here at the Nibp port. This is the temperature probe. This side is connected to the machine and the other end to the patient. We connect it to the temperature 1 port. This is the ET-CO2 connector, which is connected here. At the ET-CO2 port. This is the ET-CO2 cannula. This is for the patient's nose, and this end needs to be rotated clockwise and docked. The machine is switched on. This is the Ecg display. This is the SpO2 display, the respiratory display, and the CO2 display. The display is in graphical representation. This is the ECG numerical value, the Nibp numerical value. These are the systolic and diastolic display value. These are the SpO2 and PR values. Numerical values of respiratory system and the BPM. This is the temperature and CO2. The SpO2 probe is connected to the patient's finger. The display shows both the graphical and numerical value. The pulse rate of the patient is displayed here. We'll connect the Nibp and set up the Nibp cuff on the patient. This is the Nibp start button. The systolic and diastolic values are displayed on the screen here. We'll demonstrate the ECG and respiratory system tracking after connecting the ECG cable on the patient's body. The graphical representation is showed here. These are the lead 1, lead 2 and lead 3 from the ECG. The ECG rate is 60. The respiratory rate is between 11 and 13. Now the ET-CO2 module is connected through the nasal cannula. First, we enter the CO2 setup. We use the cursor to go to Other Setup. From there, we go from Standby to Work. This display shows the CO2 measurement.